If I could share one tip with you today, in which I believe will take your business to the next level, what would it be? One of the most powerful things that you own is your story. It doesn't matter if you are a business owner. It doesn't matter if you are a content creator. It doesn't matter if you are a speaker. People absolutely love to know about you. If we were all honest, all of us are looking for inspiration. We're all looking for motivation. We're all looking for the steps which show us how to create, how to do, and how to be better than what we are today. We crave connection. And that's what your story does. It connects you to your audience. And that's going to be the thing that sets you apart. Your marketing is more important than your mastery. What does that mean? You can have the best service. You can have the best product. You can create the most efficient system in the market. But until people really know who you are and know what you do, could it be that it's all in vain? So what am I saying to you? It's okay that you don't start off perfectly right away. Now, of course, you want to make it as excellent as possible when you do come to market. But again, your marketing is more important than your mastery. We all want to be a success. We all need motivation. And at times in our life, we all need inspiration. That's where I come in. I'm a cheerleader of sorts. I like doing it. I like helping people, and I like encouraging them to be their absolute best. And hello, everyone. I am Keisha Sharp. I'm Coach K. I hope that you are doing amazing on this evening. A start to another great week. It's a Monday, but I want to change the narrative, and we look at Monday as a great way to start the week. Why is it that we hated Monday anyway, right? It's another chance to make a difference and to make an impact in the lives of someone else. Another day to live your dreams. That cannot be bad, right? So I am here tonight, and I am talking about narcissism. Yeah, let's just get right into it. Started this series at the end of July talking about the fact that you could be dating a narcissist. And I've received so much feedback. I've received so much interest in it. I thought, I just can't leave you all after four pieces of video. Oh, no, we're going to continue on with this and just kind of talk about it and share and teach. And if you listen out of both sets of your ears, and then even, if you have another set, listen out of those as well, what you will see and what you will learn, and I am hopeful for, is that you will understand that it's not just narcissism. That may be the topic that I'm talking about, but there will be PowerPoints that come out of this, whether you're dealing with any sort of abuse in any sort of relationship, particularly along that line of emotional and psychological abuse. Physical abuse, that's a whole other issue, okay? Whole other issue that I'm not necessarily talking about. I will say this quite simply because of being in this space and being a coach and talking to people who may be in abusive situations. That's never cool. There is a local crisis hotline for you to contact. There is a national crisis hotline for you to contact. You simply need to Google it, and you get in touch with someone and talk to them immediately. You don't have to go through, excuse me, getting over a little bit of a cold. You don't have to go through and listen to what I'm sharing with you to determine whether or not you're in a situation that is not for your good. No, oh no, oh no. That doesn't require a whole bunch. If you feel unsafe, if you know that this person has the potential to do something to harm you or your children, I would advise you to get out as soon as you can. What I'm talking about more or less borders along the line of psychological, mental, and emotional abuse. Okay. So for those, who are listening and who may be dealing with that and who are having to make decisions, that's a whole different ball game. That's detrimental too. But again, it is a different arena. So let's go ahead and get into this today. By the way, thank you for joining us. I sure hope all is well with you today. So, who am I? I'm Kisa, Coach K. I'm a 30-year broadcasting media pro, television broadcasting media pro. In fact, the last 8 years that I was on television here in Birmingham at ABC 3340. I'm an Alabama maker of the All Shea Naturals brand. Yep. And, I don't believe in just talking about it. Let's be about it and let's show you All Shea Naturals. You can use code SUMMER, all capital letters. I like my MacBook, it gives me instant reactions. But you can use code SUMMER for 30% off, which is pretty doggone good. Okay. So I am a maker. I am the founder, creator, and chief marketer for All Shea Naturals. And I'm also a certified life coach. And that's where I'm functioning in this space. So, communicator and coach, okay, functioning in the space to help you deal with change, which is my major jam. Like dealing with change, reinventing yourself, having to face tough decisions, or having to respond after dealing with tough life circumstances. Yeah, change is all around us, okay? We don't often ask for it, but it comes to visit our door whether we like it or not, okay? So that's who I am. And again, allsheanaturals.com if you'd like to order luxury shea butter and sugar scrub products. Code SUMMER, all caps, will get you a wonderful 30% discount off of our products. So, a little bit about why we're doing this. Okay, a little bit about that. And again, let me just go ahead and reiterate. Told you about allsheanaturals.com. If you want to work with me on the coaching side, here we go. Here we go. There we go. KisaSharp.com/life coaching as well. So moving on, as I mentioned, we've been studying a series on the effects of narcissism and really the destructive effects is the best way to say it. I don't know that there's a mild way to put that, but the destructive effects of narcissism and those who perpetuate it, and maybe even those who are not narcissists, but those who practice narcissistic ways. Okay. So we kicked it off at the end of July with the series, You Could Be Dating a Narcissist. Okay. And we didn't stop there. We just put the pedal to the metal and kept going to the next destination, the next city, which was 5 steps to recover from narcissistic abuse. Okay. And as I told you, we just concluded that series last week. So our next tour destination takes us to today. And in fact, we're going to camp out in this land, okay, because it's got a lot of sightseeing that we can do, a lot of things we can look at in this arena, literally. But you could be dating a narcissist, the ideal partner. So I started off with a look, and that's the name of our series that it began. So to paint a picture for you, and here's what the picture looks like. So I felt it was important to define narcissism. That was the reason in doing the very first series, okay? It was definition, showing you what it means to be a narcissist, if you've dealt with one, what it looks like. The second part was getting out of it. It was like, okay, if you're dealing with some of the things that are narcissistic, or you're dealing with a narcissist, okay, secondly, what are the ways that you can get out of this? What do you need to do to get out of this? And as I kind of did that, I thought, or as I kind of taught on those series, I thought that's not fair, because people need to understand it, and people need to understand, slow down. People need to understand how to get out of it. But most importantly, when we back up a little bit more, you need to understand if there's a role potentially that you have played. Now, I am not blaming. I am not victim shaming. I am not victim blaming. I am simply saying, is there anything that you could have done, or anything you could have, or any way you could have opened the door to narcissistic abuse? And I believe that once we know better, we do better. Okay. Because make no mistake about it, narcissists are very intentional in what they do, and they're very intentional in who they target. Okay. Very intentional. So it's not to blame, but I want to make sure that I give you tools so you can help shore up those parts of you which may be opening the door to this form of abuse, we'll just say, in relationships. Okay. And like I jokingly said in my other series, but really I'm very serious. When you're dating and you're in relationships in that arena, you have an opportunity to cut things off. You have an opportunity to move on and find greener grass, okay? Or to take a break and to really see if this person loves you and or is willing to change to be with you. When you're committed in a full-on committed relationship, you may have moved in together. That's still, you're still not legally tied, so you still can get out of that. But when you're talking about being married and different things like that, that's a whole other ball game. So you could be dating a narcissist, but the message of the story in all of it is you still have hope. If you're just dating, there's an emotional element, there's a feeling element. But honey, one lady gave me some advice back when I was in Montgomery, my hometown. Shout out to the Gump, Montgomery, Alabama. JD, class of 1990. We are JD. So, so she told me one time that I was dealing with a guy who was immature, as they are back in the day. Some of them are, not all, some, but this guy definitely was. And I just remember her saying, honey, listen, she was like, you know what that young man is doing. And she was like, you may go home and you may sit in front of on your bed and in front of your mirror and cry your eyes out. But honey, you do just that, because you know what? Those tears are going to dry up at some point, and you're going to go ahead and live your life. And that was probably one of the best pieces of advice. She wouldn't even have any clue that I even remember that part. Because why? A lot of times it's avoiding the pain. You may be in a situation and you know it's not best for you. But with this desire that we have sometimes to avoid pain, avoid the hurt, we just stay there, or thinking it'll get better. It could turn around. Maybe it's not so bad. At least I have someone. I don't want to be alone. All my friends say there's no one out there. No, 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 no. No, no, no. I'm going to give you some tools in this series. I want you to stick with me. I'm going to give you some tools to help you to move forward from that if you are dating. I am not telling you, even if you're dating, to break up with someone. I'm not doing that. If for those of you who are married, I'm not saying go throw your spouse away if you see this, or you know what I mean, or throw them away once you get yourself together. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying there are times that we play a role in this. So in saying that, we move forward. Poor microphone. We move forward. So our series, You Could Be Dating a Narcissist, The Ideal Partner, begins. So as part of this series, I'm going to give you some character traits that the narcissist in particular looks for. And as we kick this off, what is character trait number one? The big reveal. Is that really any shock? Low self-esteem. If you have low self-esteem, you could be a target of a narcissist. Or let me put it this way. If you have low self-esteem, you could be an ideal partner for a narcissist. And why is that? What does low self-esteem look like? Well, I'm going to give you some help from my friends. I really love some of the things that they put together, and I share their information often. So as a result of sharing their information often, very well mind, I'm going to post one of their graphics on the screen. And again, I don't believe it's fair for me to share some information and not tell you. Can you believe the audacity of people? Because some people do that. Some people will take your information and will share it and claim it and not even give you credit. But I'm not going to do that. So here we go. What are some common signs or symptoms of low self-esteem on a very serious note here? And listen, these are gonna take us some places looking at this that may be uncomfortable. And let me encourage you by saying this: go ahead and deal with the uncomfortable. Let's go ahead and deal with the uncomfortable, because in dealing with the uncomfortable, we're able to get the help that we need. The uncomfortable opens the door to be healed. And at the end of the day, that's really what the issue is. There's a portion of us that's not healed. So there are things and people who can get in there and cause harm to us because we haven't addressed some issues in our life. So let's move forward. What are some common signs of those with low self-esteem? I'm going to go according to my notes, but I want you to look on the screen there. So, some common signs. Lack of self-confidence is a common sign, okay? Not having confidence. And what am I talking about when I say not having confidence? What does that look like? Not feeling that you have power to navigate your life. If there's a change that you need to make, if there are situations that you need to work on, or if you have a request of your partner, you understand, or your relationships, not being confident enough in who you are and what you bring to the table to go to ask them to change. Well, it's not too many good guys out there. I mean, it may not be perfect, but it could be worse. You know how some people do, or that age old sage advice in which some people were told, well, honey, if he ain't beating you, if he paying those bills and he ain't beating you, you better stay on there and just let him pay those bills. Y'all pay those bills and you keep on going. Well meaning, but they keep us stuck in these vicious cycles. Okay, so lack of confidence, not feeling that you're able to go to the person and request what you need. Here's another one I want you to look at on the screen. External locus of control. Believing your life and outcome is outside of your control. That life just happens to you. Like, people who wake up and, they have a bad day or something happens at work and they get fired and they say, nothing good ever happens to me. These bad things always happen to me. Okay, let's go back and let's peel that onion. Let's peel a couple of layers. Have you been working to the degree that you can, or have you missed some deadlines? Have you not turned in some projects in an excellent manner? I mean, let's go back. Surely you're not just living life and life is happening to you. We get up every day, we choose to go to work, we choose to put our clothes on, we choose to do work or not do work. So this external locus of control, believing your life and outcome is out there. The control is out there and not with you. I don't know that I believe that. God has given you a brain, God's given you a mouth, God's given you a heart. So he's given you good sense and he's given you your hands and feet to be able to do your work. I don't know that I just believe that our lives are in the hands of someone else. I'm just not sure that I believe that in totality. Some things sure, but in totality, I don't know about that. I'd have to challenge you on that. You have control. Okay? Not of everything, but you certainly have control of yourself and how you respond as well. Negative social comparisons is one. And listen at this one, y'all. I thought this was um, pretty interesting, we'll say. Trouble asking for help, a sign of low self-esteem. Anybody out there have trouble asking for help if you need something? You don't want to ask for help because you're scared, or you don't believe people want to help you. Oh, poor me. I mean, nobody, why would they want to do that for me? Or you shrink, when you are in a position where people have to help you. Difficulty accepting compliments. What about that one? Difficulty accepting compliments. Wow. What do you say when people compliment you? My goodness, that sure is a beautiful dress you have on. I received a compliment today and I just looked at her and I said, thank you. Do you know that you could even be an attractive person, but do things to make yourself unattractive so you won't cause so much attention to yourself? That's an example of low self-esteem. You don't want the attention. You don't want people looking at you. Because you want to continue to keep yourself down, shrink down, shrink down, shrink down, so no one sees you. Well, that's not me. Okay. Okay. And if anything, let's purpose that that's not going to be us. Okay. In all seriousness. Okay. What about negative self-talk? And if negative things happen to you, or if in particular, what about this? If there are people who challenge you with things, people will challenge you. What do you say to yourself if people challenge you? Do you say, well, they're just doing that because of me? He or she is doing that just because it's me, or whatever. No, what if it's them? What if they have the issue and it's not you? I'm sorry, I don't mean to point like I don't mean to do that, but that was for emphasis. But what if they have the issue? Everything isn't about us. I hope you know that. Everything isn't about you. Everything isn't about me. Sometimes people just genuinely have issues. They just genuinely have issues. And if we could just remove that thought that, well, it's just me. They're just doing that because it's me. No, that's where low self-esteem starts to tick in. It says, I have a problem. It says, or you have a problem, and that the other person didn't. No, 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 no. In my 52 years, come close. Come close to the screen. In my 52 years, I've learned some people have problems that have nothing to do with you. Some people have problems that have absolutely zero to do with you. And I don't care how nice you are, I don't care how sweet you are, how giving you are, you're not going to be able to fix it. Okay, let's move on to our next whatever. Did you get my point well enough there? Because I'm not going to just leave you here with some signs of low self-esteem. Actually, I'm not going to leave you at all. I'm so excited because I'm actually going to give you a little bit of a homework assignment from here. Okay, I'm embracing my true teacher form. Giving you some homework as well. Yes, I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, moving right along here. So there are other things that you have to do, but listen, we're going to learn some stuff, y'all. We're going to dig in. We're going to learn. We're going to learn. Okay. You do better when you know better. There's no shame. The beautiful thing about this is you're learning this in the context of your home, in the privacy of your home. No one's looking. You don't have to admit anything. You can just be saying, oh, that girl, Kisa, she's tripping, and I'd be taking mental notes if it's something that I need to do or whatever. People do not have to know because we're information consumers. You're just watching a video. But if this is something you need to work on, take notes and go work on it. You can do that, okay, without anyone having to know. All right. And if you do want to share with someone, a trusted confidant, that's even good too, because sometimes it's great to cleanse our soul, to confess, and it holds people accountable. And, sometimes it's good to say things as well. So we hear ourselves say, so we understand we're not walking in deception. So let me say, I can see both sides of the coin. You can work in silence, hear a lot about that. You can do your work in silence, but it's okay to talk to a trusted confidant too, because I believe when we expose things, they can be broken over our lives. So if you've had low self-esteem or acted as if you have, that's okay. That can be broken. And I'm going to give you some simple things to do today, okay, in just a few minutes as I get ready to wrap this up, right? So negative self-talk is another difficulty, for those who are dealing with low self-esteem. Negative self-talk. This always happens to me. I never get picked. Why don't I always have any luck like that? Why don't I have her hair? Why don't you just accept the beauty that you are? You've got something that no one else on this earth has. Can we look at that? That's from a man and a woman. You've got something that no one else has. Use that. Focus on that and amplify it, okay? Let me stop right there. I'm a talker. I'm a communicator. It's easy for me to communicate. I enjoy teaching. I have a communications background, so I like to present. I like to talk to cameras, okay? Don't ask why. That's the way God gifted me. I like to teach. I like to talk to cameras. I like to work with technology. Boom, StreamYard works perfect for me to be in this teaching environment. I can pull up this on the screen, okay? I can take it away. I can stop sharing it. I can post something on the bottom there. I can take it away. I love doing that. That's what Kisa loves doing. So guess what? I'm doing it. There are others out there who like doing it too, but I have a unique vantage point as a coach because I'm a 30-year communicator, broadcast, corporate, and print communicator, print journalist. You have a different perspective. That, my friends, makes you unique. All right, let me go ahead and wrap up this part because I want to go ahead and get to the solutions, and I want to leave you with some hope tonight. I don't want to just leave you talking about this. So I'll go ahead and wrap it up by saying this: negative self-talk. That's pretty self-sufficient and obvious. Fear of failure. Okay, these are all examples of low self-esteem. Poor outlook of the future. Lack of boundaries. This is a big one. You allow people to handle you however they see fit. And you don't like it, but you're not going to say anything because you don't want to ruffle any feathers. And I tell you what goes along with that too. Why is that? Oftentimes because of being a people pleaser. But I always like to give people proof. I'm sitting here saying some stuff. Yeah, I want you to see it on this screen here, okay? Very well mined. See it right there? Last two. Lack of boundaries. Being a people pleaser normally go hand in hand. This person's doing something you don't like. But when you were younger, you had an issue with people pleasing. You just wanted to make everybody happy. Maybe you grew up in a difficult environment and you were the one who tried to make things, right. You grew up in a contentious environment. So you like peace and you try to be the peacemaker. So you just, you're not going to cause any problems for this person either in this relationship. Nah, that's not always the way, y'all. Sometimes you need to stir it up. Sometimes you need to make some noise. In fact, in the second series coming up on tomorrow night, I want you to be tuned in for that, because there is such a thing that is called toxic. I'm not going to, if I tell you the name of it, I'll give you the tip. But it can turn toxic. Sometimes we think our personality is great, but it can turn into something very quickly that's toxic. Talking about being a people pleaser here and lack of boundaries. But you got to tune in for that tomorrow, okay? So, as I promised you, I wouldn't leave you there, right? No, no, no. Miss Kisa's not going to do that, because there are some things that you can do to overcome self-esteem. So we're not going to just leave you there. We're going to show you the things that you can do to overcome self-esteem. And here's the list. You ready? Here we go. All right. First, learn what you're good at doing. Did you hear me go through just a little while ago telling you about the different things I liked? I'm a 30-year communicator. I like technology. I like doing all that stuff. I like talking to people, coaching people through change and sharing information with people. I love doing that. So that's what I'm doing. Let's not run from that anymore. I love working with my hands. So I create shea butters. I should have some here the next time I stand and teach. So I like working with shea butter, and I like playing in the shea butter, which looks like cake batter. I like playing in the brown sugar scrub because it looks like cookie dough batter. I like standing here in front of a microphone because that's the gift that God has given me. So that's what I'm doing. But God's gifted you too. And my question is, what is that gift? And what are you good at doing? And are you doing it? And if not, no condemnation. It's okay. Today is a great day for a new beginning. You know how to bake cakes? It's a great day for a new beginning. You know how to fix cars really, really good? You know how to fix air conditioners really, really good? It's a great day for a new beginning. You wash and detail cars like none other. It's a great day for a new day. Number 2, acquire new skill sets. So once we're clear on what you're good at, okay? And there is no question that you're good at something. There is no question about that. So if I ever hear anybody, if you ever say, I'm just not good at anything. No, 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 no. What you're not good at is sitting down and learning yourself. You need to learn yourself. That's what I want you to do. Learn yourself. Learn what you're good at doing, number 1. So number 2, then you know what? You can acquire some new skills. Oh, and for those of you who say, well, I'm just not good at anything. I don't know what I'm good at. Okay, great. It's a great day for a new day. So guess what? We want you to acquire some new skills, okay? Learn a new language, okay? Learn a new hobby. Take up a new hobby, okay? Join a new group. Acquire some new skills. Number 3, I'm not going to leave you there. Number 3, build supportive relationships. Relationships are so important because, people will help you. I've written a book entitled Now is the Time for Your New Beginning. It is on Amazon. Heck yeah. Now is the time for your new beginning. It's a short read. You could read it in an afternoon, cozy up, read through it, and you'll come away with an hour read, and you'll come away with a lifetime of inspiration. What I mean when I say that is, what if that one item can inspire you? All it takes is one step moving in the right direction. That one item inspiring you to reinvent yourself, to go after your passion, to go after your dream. That's why we do it. That's why we put all of this down. That's why I communicate. That's why I write books. That's why I stand here and I teach. One word, one step can literally open up a world of possibilities for you, a new world for you. And I want nothing more than that from you. I'm not going to focus as much anymore on a person who is a narcissist, okay? I am telling you what the ideal partners look like. They want people to have low self-esteem, but you know what? Kisa always has a ram in the bush for you. I always have a solution. Yeah. So acquire a new gift, build supportive systems, build supportive networks. Be assertive in asking for what you want. People are not mind readers. And we are grown. Normally, I have a voice with the 50 and Fabulous crew. Shout out to the 50 and Fabulous crew. All right, if you're 30, we'll engraft you in too. If you're 40, we'll engraft you in too. You're all good. But my 50 and Fabulous folks, shout out to you. Yeah, be assertive. We're grown at this point. If you need to breathe on it, if you need to think on it, I said be assertive, not nasty, not domineering, not ugly. I said be assertive. There is a difference. I'm not going to go in and get into the details of being assertive. But instead of I need you to give me some quality time. You're in a relationship, and okay, you're telling either your husband or your boyfriend, and he comes in the door, and you're mad because you're like, okay, he ignored me for this, because women, how sometimes we ruminate over the wrong thing. If we ruminated over the great things, we wouldn't have some of the problems that we have. But that's another sermon, another session for another day. So you're thinking about, okay, well, he didn't do this, he didn't do that, he didn't do this. So the second he comes in the door, hey baby, that's what you're doing. Let me go over here for just a second. He tries to kiss you, and you're stiff as a board, and he's like, "Ah, boy," and I have a lot of male friends who kind of give me game on, what guys do, and they're thinking to themselves, "Oh boy, I know she's mad. I just don't know what I've done. So either I'm gonna deal with it now, or either I'm just gonna go and get me something to eat and go watch TV, and she'll tell me later." Why can't you just say, honey, I'm so glad to see you. When I fixed you a wonderful meal. When you get a chance, I'm gonna come join you in there for a little while. I just wanted to chit chat with you for a few minutes. Well, that sets him up for a whole lot nicer of an experience, other than I need to talk to you when you're finished. I don't want to talk to you looking like that. If you're my friend, I'm not talking to you. Or if you do, then be prepared for equal fire. Fire meets fire. Ooh, my goodness, ladies. Sometimes we do too much. We do too much. Okay. Some of my guys too. We do too much. We do too much. Take a breather. Take a chill pill. We've learned how to communicate. We've learned how to say some things. Well, no, I really never learned. Okay. Learn something new. I gave you that tip a little bit earlier. Listen, sweetheart, I want to talk to you about a few things. I want to give you a chance to eat. It's nothing bad, nothing bad. Don't hear that. I want to give you a chance to eat. And when you finish up, I'd love to talk to you for just a few minutes. Finishes eating, he comes in. Hey, how was your day today? Okay, great. So look, I was just thinking about some things. I really would like to spend more time with you. Notice how I set it up by saying what the desire is. Just nothing ugly. I really want to spend more time with you. I know we've both been busy. We just haven't really spent as much quality time as I would like for us to spend together. I'm just kind of missing you, quite honestly. Is there anything I can do to help, or, is there anything you're going through, or do you need more help from me with anything? And you're listening, you're actively listening, not just talking. Okay. Okay, well, if well, just know, I'm just thinking of that, and I'm thinking of some things I can do too. And if there's anything I can do to take off your plate, or to work with you on, to give you a little bit more time, or do anything else around here to help you, let me know. This wasn't meant to be ugly or confrontational. I was just letting you know, I really want to spend time with you. I really like it. I have fun with you. You're my boo, my best friend. And it's been a while. So when you get an opportunity, just think through. It's no pressure. Just kind of think through and see what you can do. No pressure on this at all. It's all made for love. Okay, sweetheart? Makes me want to kiss myself with I'm having too much fun on here. Okay. That's why I'm about to shut this broadcast down, because I'm having too much fun on here. But did you get the tone of it? Tonality is also important. And listen, we all miss it on this, okay? I'm growing day by day in this arena as well. But tonality is so important. I think people can. I remember saying to someone, I can get what you say, but I can sure get it a lot better if you serve it to me on a silver platter instead of on with the top of a garbage can. It's like someone who has a steak. Do you eat it? It's the same steak, been grilled out, with the juices just fresh flowing right off that grill. Some that season, the seasonings, you can just see it like it's just sizzling on top of it. Well, is it more appealing if you serve it on top of a garbage truck or garbage top, the top of a garbage container, or a plate or silver platter? I think you know where I'm going. How we serve people is everything. The way we serve people, even in our conversation, is everything. And finally, today, folks, in all of this, be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself. Show yourself some kindness. Yeah, we don't get it right. Maybe you missed it. You can look back and see that you didn't quite do this right, or you have taken losses because you haven't stood up for yourself, or you've gotten angry, because the problem with low self esteem is it's sneaky. See, sometimes you assume that a person is really angry and hostile. And what happens is they become hostile because they believe they've let so much go, they've let so much slide. So by the time it is time for them to talk, they're very upset and angry. Why? Because they've let some things go. They haven't confronted and stood up for themselves. So sometimes it comes off when they do just very hostile. Be kind to yourself if you've ever been victim of that. Be kind to yourself if it's ever happened to you. Be kind, take a breath, and learn your lesson. And finally, tonight, for those of you who think, I wonder if I would even fit in that category, or wonder if I have an issue with low self esteem, I wouldn't think so. And let me tell you something, low self esteem is not a matter of whether a person is arrogant or not, or whether they come off as arrogant or not. It's not that. Sometimes the people who have the greatest egos are those who are the most insecure, because the ego is a cover for something. Normally, a huge ego, it can be a cover for a fragile soul. Low self-esteem quiz at openpsychometrics.org. I've got the link there. You can do your research, but it's a free quiz on self-esteem. You can also just Google that. Hey, y'all, this is Kisa, and I've enjoyed my time here with you. Clearly, right? Clearly. You need more information about me? You're welcome to go to kisasharp.com/life-coaching. Need more information about the products that we offer at allshaynaturals.com? You can go there too, allshaynaturals.com. And remember, for summer, get yourself a 30% discount with code SUMMER, SUMMER. Y'all, this is Kisa, Coach K. I'll see you tomorrow night, same time, same place, hanging out, but sharing some serious information. The ideal candidate, and you could be dating a narcissist. I'll see you then, okay? Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you like and share out the broadcast as well. We appreciate your support.